And we are back. So now we're gonna get
I assume you are already aware that you will
get close enough to Rhea to talk to her.
Correct? To start, please speak with the 3 house leaders. You should also take a look around the academy and acquaint yourself with your new home. That is your first task here at the monastery. Please let me know if you accept it.
What time is
Once
it?
you have finished,
3:40.
come and
We're
speak
good.
with me. May I ask a favor of you?
All right.
Ha! I imagine you were a bit surprised that I recommended you as a professor here. Frankly, we had someone else in mind for the role, but they ran off during our dust-up with the bandits. Can't entrust students to someone who's abandoned them once before, huh?
You saved the lives of the students you came across. That, at least, was admirable. Now you should make the rounds. Go around the monastery and see that you greet everyone.
All right. Before we do that, I want to go back upstairs. Because we need to talk to Hannah and Manuela, because they're up here too. And Cyril is here as well.
I'm real busy. Okay now.
Gerald is in here.
Here I am again. That said, I'm merely here to assist. Apparently, I hear the captain has a hard time keeping up with the responsibilities of the job. That's where I come in.
Hey. Hello, Professor. Dropping by so soon? Are you ill? This is the infirmary, you know. If you're ever wounded or sick, do feel free to drop by. Or if you would like a nice cup of tea. Would you? Well, some other time.
If you come in here as mail by list, she actively, like... She does get very innuendo.
This is my research laboratory.
Oh,
This is my
we're not even supposed to do that yet. Did not expect that to actually work. Because it wasn't, because it's not supposed to.
A moment, please.
Oh, lag. Lag spike. Cat. Alright. So now we're gonna go into our first... This is our first video of... We're gonna be going over characters. So
You've accepted a teaching position here. Pity. I was hoping you would lend your strength to the Empire. I never properly introduced myself, did I? My name is Edelgard von Gressbach.
I'm sorry if you
I
can
am the
hear my...
princess and heir apparent of the Adrestian Empire. I wonder if you'll be tasked with leading the Black Eagles. I hope you've had a chance to meet everyone. Me? Well, some think I'm a bit distant, arrogant even, but there's little to be done. One day I must rise to become Adrestia's next emperor. What else? Well, it seems to me that we may have similar personalities.
Alright, so Edelgard. As you can see, you get 1.2 experience due to her defining ability as princess. Her strengths, swords, axes, authority, and heavy armor. She's a very slow powerhouse. Her speed isn't terrible. but she's weak in bows and faith magic. Her better stats... She's got a low luck stat, which isn't bad. She's got low luck growth. Her HP growth isn't the best either. Her highest growth rate is her charm, which she has as a 60% by default. She is not the best when she gets one of her where's my brain? Holy shit. One of her specialty classes, her unique classes. Because she doesn't have a good... She will have a speed penalty and no strength bonus. She is pretty capable for magic, but... Again, she's a better armored unit than anything else. Honestly, she's really just... She is a fairly good tank, and she's pretty good with strength. And can do the best, and is the best... She's actually the best mage candidate. And she has and because of her high charm growth, we'll get into what gambits are later, but... So she's actually pretty good for, like, armored units.
Hubert is the heir of Marquis Vestra. He has served me since I was a child. You may think his blood runs a bit cold, but actually that's rather accurate. Still, if you can get past that, you'll see he's quite astute and reasonable.
Hubert is your magic attacker of the Black Eagles. So there are two different types of magic, of offensive magic, dark and black magic. And he is one of only 4 units that can actually use dark magic. Edelgard is the other one. She can actually learn some pretty good spells. Highest growths are magic, dexterity and speed, resistance. Lowest is defense, so he will not be able to take too many hits. Honestly, he is actually pretty good. I've played all the routes, so there are other ones that I prefer over him. And she's gonna have to wait because I'm in the middle of this. I don't want to stop in the middle of it because not now, Tessa.
He thinks of me as a bitter rival and is always trying to challenge me. It's terribly irritating. His house is that of Duke Ire, which produces Adrestia's prime ministers. That family is, perhaps, too pleased with its own status.
Ferdinand is your cavalry unit. As you can see, lances, axes, riding. swords. One thing I forgot to point out with Edelgard, she has a minor crest of Saros. I didn't really go over those, but I will go over them. No, not that. What is button for that again? We'll go over the crests later. He has very bad magic growth. Probably, well, yeah, magic and res are his worst two. HP and speed are his highest. There are a couple different routes you can take with him, and I'll go over classes later. So, alright.
He's remarkably intelligent, but he only wishes to apply himself to tasks that particularly interest him, and nothing else. He's also fond of, well, napping. If he had any work ethic or sense of duty to speak of, I suppose he would be destined to become an official of the Empire.
Lenhart is the main healer. Average growth, basically. Lowest growth rate in charm in the game. And he can't learn any spells that go beyond 2 range. As you can see, he's both black magic and white magic, but not good with axes or fists. We'll talk about that one later.
He's the second son of Count Bergles. He has no inheritance in his future, which is perhaps why he's always so eager to prove himself. He's overly energetic and rushes headfirst into any battle. If he ends up in your care, be sure to keep a close eye on him.
Caspar is going to be your physical attacker. Axes and gauntlets. Low speed. Base speed of 6, which is not the best. There's only one other person. Oh my god, hang on. She's driving me nuts and I gotta go let her out, and I don't want to do this in the middle of recording. Alright, fine. We can go outside, you little butt. Okay, we're back. He will trail behind, which is why you want to keep him with Gauntlet. He does have a okay speed growth, but his HP is his highest. His res is the worst. As obvious by his base 2. He also has a really bad charm growth. And magic growth. So don't put him as you can see, don't put him as a magic. Yeah, he is not good with authority either. So you are basically going to struggle if you decide to use Caspar with gambits. But he does have access to a specific class that Edelgard does not. We'll go over that later when I go over classes.
Varley's only daughter. I suppose you could say she's a bit eccentric, but she seems like a gentle soul. I believe she shut herself away in her quarters and doesn't care to leave, but don't worry. I'll make sure she finds her way to class.
So, Bernadette is the archer for the Black Eagles. Her speed and dexterity are great, but she's got kind of shaky growth, and her luck and defense aren't great. But her personal skill does help with that. That personal skill will help out early, but late game, not so much. She does have a minor crest, which will... And she gets a lot more combat arts. And she has strength in lance and bow. But she has a budding talent in writing. We'll get into that later. She's not going to be the best magic because of her low magic stats. I normally don't go... You can tell I normally don't do this kind of detail stuff.
Few commoners have joined the Black Eagle House, but Dorothea is an exception. She's a songstress from a famous opera company in the Empire. I'm not entirely sure what brought her to the Officers' Academy.
So Dorothea is the other mage of the Black Eagles, but she can't learn dark magic. She only can learn black magic. She is not... Her low defense growth and slightly above average res does not help her much, but she has high charm, which makes her extremely good for gambits. And she is primarily like a thunder mage. And she gets one of the strongest black magic spells available. Her faith pool isn't great, but if you can get past it, because she has a weakness in it, but you can actually get it to her. You can actually get some good abilities with it. But it's primarily swords and magic and attacking magic. One of the best classes for her because of her extremely high charm growths is you're going to want to turn her into your dancer when you get to where that can come up.
To the west of Fogland is an archipelago called Bridget. Petra is the granddaughter of their king. Bridget is a vassal state of the Empire, which is how she came to be enrolled here. She's incredibly smart and studious.
Petra is the speedster of the Black Eagles. Strength in sword and bow, she can actually be a good, very good which is very good because she has extremely high speed and dexterity growth. Her res is garbage, though. It's like one of the lowest I've ever seen. She can also... She is one of the fastest units. Sorry, I don't do things like this very often because I don't usually do like full explanations on characters. She doesn't have a crest, which means unless you're playing New Game Plus, you're going to have other issues if you're trying to use certain items. She does not have good magic. So any magical weapons are not going to be much use with her. Gotta pull up another thing. Anyway. That is the Black Eagles class.
Pardon me. Greetings. As for me, my job is to stand here at the and by that I mean
I like this guy. Anyway, that's going to be the end of this episode. Next episode, we will go over the next class. Hopefully I'll be less hesitant. I also need to go check on the dog. See ya!